Okay, so Harry and Meghan. So, everybody's talking about the fact that, Harry went on a trip without Meghan. I seem to recall King Charles going on trips without his spouse, Camilla. I seem to recall William going on trips without Kate. I seem to recall Andrew going on trips without Fergie. I seem to recall Edward going for trips without his wife. So many people go on trips without their spouse, but Harry goes on a trip without Meghan, and these people want us to believe that the world is absolutely coming to an end in the marriage of the Duke and Duchess. You know what I think? I think Harry just went on a trip, and that's all it is. Husbands go on trips sometimes without their wives. But maybe also there's something else to it. Maybe it could be strategic as well. It's like a strategic shift from from how do I put this? It's like, this Romeo and Juliet image that they have is very cute, but maybe they want to go to the next level at this point. They want to mature, they want to level up. Harry just turned 40. He's a man now, a global statesman. And it's quite possible that they just want to level up from their Romeo and Juliet image and be taken more seriously, not just from the standpoint of the philanthropic aspects, which Harry is probably a bit more ensconced in, a little bit being the operative word, but also to make way for what's coming with Meghan's entrepreneurial endeavors, right? With American Riviera Orchard, with her cooking show, and so on and so forth. And I think that probably will enable them to cover a much wider terrain than if, they're doing the Romeo and Juliet. How is he holding her hand? What is the body language? You know, did they kiss? Please, I think that as cute as that is, and it's very, very cute, maybe strategically they feel that it's time to level up to a more mature image of their brand, of who they are, because their marriage has certainly matured in the last 5 years or more that they have been together, right? They were never adolescents together. Obviously, Meghan was well into her 30s when they met, and Harry was in his mid 30s, I believe. But now that they're both in their 40s, they're not babies anymore. They have two children to raise. They have a business to run. Meghan is forming, hopefully, what she will be able to pull off is a $1 billion company. And that's going to take her in a whole different direction from, say, philanthropic work with Santa Ballet or Travelist or the Halo Trust or even Invictus. I think there are going to be certain projects where they are going to continue to appear together, you know. It will make sense and they'll do so. But I think for the most part, we're going to see them starting to appear publicly solo more when it makes sense and as a couple when it makes sense. And they're going to be covering a much broader terrain to include Meghan's entrepreneurial forays and her Netflix shows and so on and so forth. And it's going to be very fascinating to watch. And I mean, 25 years from now, these people are going to still be prognosticating that this couple is getting a divorce, and we're going to have to just to deal with that. That's the extent of their Meghan and Harry, their Sussex intelligence. Their Sussex intelligence is very limited. And so they're going to continue to write these limited articles. We can choose to analyze these articles microscopically, or we can generate different types of content around Meghan and Harry. I mean, I think that what's going to happen is content creators who are supporters of Meghan and Harry, Sussex Squad, and others will literally have to start creating their own news rather than reacting to news that is being fed by mainstream media. And when they start to do that, you put the mainstream media literally out of business, because no one's going to be listening to them anymore, because they are, first of all, full of it. And second of all, if they're not full of it, they're lying. Or third of all, they're exaggerating and puffing things up and blowing things out of proportion. And fourth of all, they completely lack objectivity. So they have absolutely no journalistic credibility. So what I think will happen, perhaps sooner than later, is more and more content creators who are pro Harry and Meghan will start to completely ignore this media and start creating and generating their own content around the Sussexes, because the Sussexes, they're playing, but they're not really playing the game. They're playing the game, but they're playing the game with their own rules. So they're playing their own game, and they know exactly what they're doing. They've talked about it. They are in this together. They're smart, they're creative, and they know what they're trying to achieve. And it's huge, huge, huge. A lot to do, a lot of ground to cover. And no, they can't always be showing up in this Romeo and Juliet playbook in character and costume to entertain everyone. They're going to continue to entertain, but it's going to be more strategic, I think, and more sophisticated and more grown up and more mature. So, yeah, that's sort of what I think. But you guys, listen, I'm going to find a little snack. I'm going to make something to snack on and see what else is going on in the world. So, see you in the next one. Take care. Bye. Leave me a comment if you want. Thanks for following, you guys, and subscribing. I see you're subscribing. I need some more, engagement, some thumbs up, some comments, and stuff like that. But definitely thank you guys for subscribing. I appreciate you very much. Happy Sunday. See you in the next one. Take care. Bye. Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no,